Hi everybody, I'm Dan Khadima. I'm gonna say the second video regarding the music in our country. The question that we've got, or the question that we ask ourselves, we are having a minister in that department of art and culture, the one who's supposed to assist the artists and actors in our country. But we don't know if that man is running a funeral parlor or he's running a funeral society, because the only time when we see he interact or speak to the people is when someone passed away. So we don't know whenever he's in that department he's running a funeral parlor. But that means he doesn't have a plan. The other thing that on his agenda when he address on that funeral, he will always talk about gender-based violence. Gender-based violence is not his department. His department is art and culture. The gender-based violence is a department of Kele, is department of police. Now, the question that we ask ourselves daily, what is his daily duty? Because he's got all the departments all over the country. When those people wake up daily, what are they doing? What is their duty? Because if it was a minister, he was supposed to make sure that artists, actors bring GDP into the country. There was supposed to be money that are coming from other countries through the music, through the acting, as well as South Africa do pay billions of rands to Nigeria regarding Nigerian movies. So we know that. Now, when he was addressing the issue of COVID relief, he was talking about 6,000 or 60,000. And that shows clearly the man doesn't have a plan. Because if he had a plan, he was supposed to know, or he was supposed to do something before even lockdown. Because when people in the time of lockdown, a hard lockdown of COVID, they were supposed to see wonders, most beautiful things that are done by the artists and actors in our country. But that has never happened because the SABC is captured, the radio station are captured. And he's the only man who's supposed to go to those institutes because they are government, they're part of government, and said, did our artists make submissions of their music on the radio station? Why are we listening to repeats every day? Because we make submissions to our music to SABC daily, but they don't play our music because they are captured. So he's the only man. He's the captain of the boat who's supposed to go to that institute and said, you're supposed to serve the country. At least artists wouldn't depend on the government because they were going to bring money into the country. They were not depending on they were not going to depend on the government. But because artists, they tend to be beggars with that potential, with that thing that can change the country. That's why we see the gender-based violence is rise up. Even himself, he forget that he's a minister of art and culture. He speak about gender-based violence. It's because people are bored. If people are not bored and they see a new thing daily and they hear on the radio station a new thing, then they were not going to get bored. People were not going to fight inside their houses. And he's the one who's creating the fighting because he doesn't have a plan. The plan is to give everybody an opportunity. Go to Samro and say, Samro, do you have a database of this artist or actors? Give me the database. Let me find out what are these people doing as artists. Don't expect us to fill up new forms. Well, Samro has got a database. That means you've got nothing to do. Your department is just a department with a useless minister. So if you had a potential as a minister, you will know what were you supposed to do as a minister. So now I really been disappointed by this man who ran a funeral parlor, Nakim Tetwa, as a minister. I'm really disappointed with him. He's not supposed to be in that department. You cannot go and look for fish and chips in a butcher. You cannot talk about gender-based violence in the department where you're supposed to talk about artists and actors. So you are in a wrong department. I'm raising this and I'm disappointed. And the Department of Communication, ICASA, also was supposed to be questioned by you as well. I think now is the time that all those ministers that are not doing nothing in their department, they must know we are watching them and we can no longer keep quiet. This is not the issue of a certain organization, it's the issue of changing our life. When you are in a department, if your department is not active, you need to go around and find out to say, how can I assist them? Here in South Africa, we've got opportunities. Even the nature give us an opportunity. God gave us something. When we shoot videos, we've got mountains, we've got everything that you can imagine. Other people, they pay billions of rands to create an artificial mountain. But here, God gave it to us. But we have a minister who cannot assist, who cannot go around and find out, what can I do to support these people? We need people that have potential. This issue of putting somebody in a department where he doesn't have a plan, it must come to an end in South Africa. Because we are tired of begging. We are tired of feel the pain as if somebody, when somebody's got his foot on top of your leg, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to say I mistakenly put my foot under your foot. I'll tell you, hey, remove your foot on top of my leg. That's who I am. So I stand by my words and I'm not going to apologize on that. We are having young people who are dying. We are having young people who are destroyed. That little potential that they've got to assist, to keep our nation happy, to make everybody happy inside the houses by the acting, by singing, they've lost hope because we are having a minister who's not accountable for his duty. What is your daily duty? That's the question. If your department is not active, you must ask all those departments, why are you coming to work? What are you doing? Because if you are a minister, you're supposed to go to somewhere and say, give me database. I want to know what is all these people doing. Why they depend on us. Why they take tax money. That tax money is supposed to go somewhere to help those people that don't have that potential as artists or actors. But you find a person who having a potential on the queue waiting for 350 rand that the president is giving to everybody because ministers, they don't do their job. The agriculture department, they're doing something because they gave those farmers tractors to proceed. But we don't have cameras. We don't have studios. When the studio break down, that means you as the person who's taking the little coin that is inside your pocket, you must make sure that the studio sustain. But how long the studio is going to sustain? It's not going to sustain. It's going to collapse. And when the studios are collapsing, who is going to record all the artists? We are having people who are taking advantage on our young people. You can ask yourself, if the joyous celebration won, what happened to all those people? Because today we are running joyous celebration 20-something. What happened to the first group? We're not artists, those people. We are having Nomtiti whereby he's changing girls today because he followed the footsteps of joyous celebration to capture the culture. So let us have people who are going to make sure, a minister who's going to make sure that if you are an artist, you remain an artist and you bring the happiness in the family. When the family are not bored, we won't have this gender-based violence. I thank you.